All right, guys, we're going to be starting in a few minutes here. Always appreciate you guys. And a little chilly here in Central Florida. I think it's going to get up a little bit higher. Hopefully, the funny title brings in people. Two funny titles in a row for the. I always find it funny. Excuse me, as stuff Michael Saylor has said. It's 528 hertz. Why not? Not working. Is my speakers ain't working? That's weird. Oh, this one's working. Yeah. There was one that, yeah, this one. This one's pretty good. Can't get it that loud though. Huh. Something's going on here. Appreciate the likes, guys. Oh, I know what's going on because I have my damn headphones in. That's the issue. Oh yeah, I should have put. Oh yeah, I should have put refinance your Bitcoin or borrow against your Bitcoin. That would have been funny. Um, let's see here. Let's get started. So, one second. Where's yeah? All right. What is up, guys? Always appreciate you guys. Let me just set this up real quick, and then we'll get into the analyses. No, tomorrow it'll be in the title, like borrow against your Bitcoin to buy more Bitcoin. Get a new car, refinance your car. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at the lower time frames. So, you know, let's do our analysis here. So the first thing we want to look at, I mean, we're still in that scenario where I guess you got the split RSIs going up. Money flow and EMAs would definitely keep you more bearish here, especially when you get to the 10 hour and the 11 hour here. You do see this too. You see this kind of pattern a lot of times. You come into the, not there, but like, see, you come into the gray, you get a little jump up, and then you continue, you see a little jump up or whatever. That don't mean you're gonna, you get the split RSIs there. Now they're the opposite split RSIs, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you're gonna come all the way up from that. And then, in terms of what we're looking at here, so daily, I'm about to get that green dot. You could bounce around here a little bit. Normally what we see, I mean, something of this nature would not surprise me too much, that area, 23 or whatever. I mean, theoretically, you could come up and test the 200 weekly. Could come up and test the 200 weekly. With the hot CPI report, obviously it's working a little bit different than we would kind of expect. We would kind of expect that to be bearish and to come down. We've generally, not too much has happened, in terms of you had a little jump with it, bad CPI report, jump, and then you're kind of coming down a bit here. Lower time frame, somebody said they were looking bullish. Kind of in between there. 4 hour. I mean, 4 or 5 hour. Let's look at the highest time frame with that bullish div. Probably the probably the 10 hour. You did confirm that bullish div, so you did come up a little bit here. And you're toying around with 22 right now. And let's see. Yeah, there's a spiral line right there. If we, this could be kind of crucial, because if we lose this, I'll probably toy around with it a little bit. I don't know if we'll do much on this stream, but if we lose this, then that's probably more bearish. If we're able to break above that, then that's more bullish. In terms of like traditional TA here, it would kind of be, what's going on here? It would kind of be where if we draw this, this wedge or whatever, I guess you could, this would probably be the more bullish case. The wedge, your technical target is going to be, let's see, a little bit higher here, about 22.5. So, is there a spiral line right there? No, not yet. But that area, this pattern generally, almost, I guess you almost could be forming, depends on who you ask, but could be forming kind of a head and shoulders or something, a weird head and shoulders. I wouldn't give it too much credence, but that'd be a head and shoulders to break downward. Then your next target is around 21, a little under 21 there. So that's what we're looking at. Somebody saying a 4 hour, 8 hour bullish. 4 hour money flow coming up. I wouldn't consider that very bullish. I mean, this is more, money flow crossover, good curvature. That would be considered a bit more bullish back there. Here, I mean, I guess you kind of compare it to there. Had a little bit of a lag, but then you come up. So yeah, and what we could be forming here is, this is, I would consider this to be more of a decent head and shoulders. You could bounce around here for the next 4 or 5 days this week, and then right down for a technical target price somewhere around 18. So we're probably going to see more volatility. We're probably going to see something happen pretty soon. I think a lot of this this isn't even that. People are saying we're pumping. What was this jump here? 3%. That's not too significant. So yeah. And then you do have your trend reversal sign right here. That worked out pretty well. If you repeat that, that's a 7% or down. The volatility is, that'd be right to there. So that's what we're looking at that point. Now, real short time frames. Ooh, let's see this general pattern. So we're right here with money flow right there. You came down a little bit more here. Choppy came down a little bit more, 2%. So if we come down 2% from where we are, back to 21.5. So that's kind of my more short-term guess, right here. And so, we could look at kind of some of the strategies I like to follow. And, the 2 hour right here, it's coming into the green. That could be potentially, looking for more of a long. I wouldn't though. But on the other hand, what we could look for a little bit, VWAP starting to come down the hourly, and you could probably look at for scalp trading here. Money flow generally looking more bearish in these lower time frames. Maybe your 6 minute crossing into the red here. Nice drop down to your VWAP at 21.8. Something of this nature might, for a short term, might have a pretty decent shot. That's not the best risk reward ratio. You might be able to pull it off with that. I probably would be, because price is sticking there. It's probably the place to take profits on that. But yeah. What is up, guys? Yeah, so I'm back on YouTube for the time being. What's up, Doge? Man, haven't talked to you in a while. How's Italy? Doge, I should make a moderator. But yeah, so, we're on YouTube for now. Views are higher. Going to stick with that for the time being. Always appreciate you guys. As long as we get enough likes and enough engagement, we're going to stay on YouTube. For now, the contract with Twitch did end. We had a pretty fun time on Twitch. A lot of learning, the young generation. I'm getting older. The young generation, they're able to just just figure out all this stuff so quickly, and they'd be streaming on Twitch and all that. Maybe I should do some. I was thinking of doing more video game stuff on Twitch, but this is how I would do all platforms. Video games on Twitch. I don't play video games. So that'd be pretty funny. Or chess. I gotta start trying to play chess and getting good at that. That can increase your IQ level. I think that's a really good thing to do. And then fitness stuff on Instagram. That probably works the best on Instagram. F TikTok. I'm not into that crap. Excuse me. Jeez. But yeah. Yeah, let me make you a moderator. Doge, D, Clemens, Evan, Doge, Aldo. Yeah, it's all this crap. Yeah, it is managing moderator, yeah. Doge is a moderator. I gotta make Nightshade a moderator. I believe I already did. Yeah, we could look at the DXY. That's what we're gonna look at next. Boys and girls. So yeah, I mean, the main thing that I've been talking about in the Dixie here, the main thing that I've been focusing on here is just, well, let's start, it's probably going to be something of, I think we're halfway through, big jump up and then pull back. I think we're going to get another big jump up. And I think it's going to be rather quickly into, probably the latest you see 128, 130, quarter one, quarter two, 2024. Could be later this year. And I think that's when you may peak out with the Dixie. That's my main place there. Kind of similar. I mean, you saw over here, pretty big pullback, generally the same thing. And then look right here, see that jump up over the next, let's see, that was November of 81 to November, the next year. So essentially next year into early 2024, I think you'll get up to, potentially a place for a potential top. That's what I think. And, I think the weekly means something here. This is going to confirm, or already did confirm here. I think this could bring us up a bit higher. Could be wrong. But I think as long, we're going to see probably a decently hawkish Fed, and I think they're going to just keep doing that 25 basis points every month. I think Powell's main, genius, genius like idea here, keep raising the damn thing 25 points every month and just pray you get a soft landing from that. And it's not a terrible idea. And you may be seeing that, for many months to come. You may be seeing that. I mean, what the consensus is at least till like April, May. You may see that until the end of the year, theoretically. And that will probably just give us more of a gradual decline. And yeah, TikTok dance videos. They get views, man. They get views. I saw Crypto Weatherman. He's dancing on TikTok. That's you get them views. Yeah, but trying to look at short-term Dixie. The thing here, you got all these LXs, then you're hitting, this is such a major area. This is like the biggest fib level you could draw. So, it would make sense to come down maybe a little bit more. That's what's tough here. It's really like, can you break through this? That's a big thing. If you could break through this, very bullish. Your reject from here, maybe not the best thing. I mean, risk on assets will probably continue to ride as long as we reject from here. I kind of don't think you will. I kind of think you're going to be able to come up as long as, the Fed sounds more hawkish. I think this little jump up that we saw right now is just a little like short squeeze, and it looks like we're losing 22, which is going to be more of a bearish thing. I mean, I showed you guys the potential, short earlier, and I think you're probably going to be a pretty safe trade to come down to there. Obviously, it's never 100%. Anything could happen. You always need good risk management. But what I'm seeing in these lower time frames, good curvature, 6 minute, that scalp down. I mean, you could even do something of this nature. Do a stop loss above here. This would be a pretty good risk reward ratio right there. 7.3. I mean, we're already getting to that point. I mean, I was talking about entering the trade earlier. Up here, doing something of when we're entering up here, doing something of that nature. But now that ship has sailed. So yeah, and yeah, I want to look at ETH. Do a little bit on ETH. And the thing too, guys, this is an important thing. I forgot to mention this in the recent, months, recent weeks at least, is what I'm looking at here for, on ETH, on Bitcoin, this weekly. I wouldn't be convinced that we bottomed out until these EMAs turn bright, until these EMAs turn bright. And it's not going to give you the best place to get in, but, $200, not a bad place, guys. Not a bad place, at least for a DCA too. This was a nice, a year, a nice year to just DCA in. Nice year there. We haven't seen it yet. We haven't seen it on ETH. And I think ultimately, sadly, we're going to roll over. We're going to get a red dot here on this monthly. We're going to come down to some ungodly numbers. Well, maybe between, 3 to 600, 3 to 700. And then the green dot after this green dot is going to give us really what we're looking at here. Really what we're looking at. That's my main consensus there. And yeah. Yeah. So S&P, that's looking. I think this was just a little short squeeze, and then we're going to continue downward. Um, S&P 500 too. That's good. I mean, I just don't see. I just don't see us making. Coming up to new all-time highs this year. I think you kind of need. A lot of people were really bearish, including myself, towards the end of last year. 2 months ago, and we kind of had our little post Santa rally or New Year rally. And then some people were turned more bullish, and then you need there to be that other way. You need that liquidity to kind of come down. So, yeah. And the big thing here, the big comparison, well, I just wanted to, the thing too is, yeah, split RSI is coming down. This 6-day ain't, ain't looking good, guys. I mean, the last time we saw this where, split RSI is curving down with the red dot was here. You did come up a little bit higher. I think this time would be, not as much, and that could be the main trajectory we're looking at. It could be something of this nature, minus out the pandemic, but 60% down, guys. 60% down from there. That's high 600s. I think, probably your best case scenario. I know I sound like a bear cub. High sixes, low sevens. You know what I mean? Yeah, so you could do both spider lines, man. But for ETH, it's not set up the way I would like it there. But you probably could draw more and get more linear ones here. But yeah, for Bitcoin, I have it set up for both. But yeah, ultimately, I think we're gonna come down, and I think you're gonna see that bottom in mid to late, this year. You know what I mean? Something of this nature, I think, is gonna be what we see. Probably not as ferocious, as ferocious as that. More of a trajectory like this. How much this was from June to January, so about 6 months. If you count that a little bit longer, 8 to 10 months, something like that. I think that's the main place. Now, what we want to look at too is probably this 2-week is going to end up in the red. Sometime May, June, July. Excellent place to get the hell in, probably. Excellent place to get the hell in. So these are the ingredients we need, guys. I'm going to teach you how to get rich right now, not financial advice. So first you want to get a furniture loan. And then you want to refinance your car. And then you want to buy Bitcoin and then refinance the Bitcoin and borrow against it. Then you want to get liquidated when it goes down 70%. That's what we're going to do, not financial advice. But no, in all seriousness. So this is what we're looking at right here. This is the trajectory too. This could be this kind of case to come down a bit there for that trajectory. This in the red. You need this in the red. And you need the two things here. This in the... what am I doing? This in the red plus Bitcoin D. The most bullish chart I've seen in my entire life here on so many aspects. I mean, okay, there's the case for the top on the 2-week, but on the monthly here, I mean, it's pretty common sense here. With social risk going down, with less people tuning in, Bitcoin dominance is going to rise. With all this regulation, FUD, people getting out of stable coins, this is most likely going to rise. It may take a few months here. I can't predict the day by day thing as well, but 50% at least. Bitcoin dominance above 50%. ETH down, this in the red. That's kind of your no-brainer area to get the hell in. And right, maybe these areas in November, if you're at 600 and you're betting, on a new all-time high, that's a 10x. That's pretty damn good for something of a market cap this big. That's pretty damn good for something that, the average 60-year-old probably knows what it is or has heard of it. That's pretty good for that. I think ETH is going to be a good player. Let's look at the chat a little bit. I'm blurry. No, maybe I got to clean the lens. Okay. It looks okay to me, though. Equities are nuking. W Heikenhashi for E, higher crypto change. I don't. Video quality settings. Okay, I'll look in the webcam and the video quality settings. It doesn't seem too bad. I look okay. Maybe the focus is a little off. Okay, I'll look at it after the stream. Unfortunately, right now, maybe I could try to mess with it a little bit. Nah. That's not even the configure. Ah, it looks okay to me, man. For the contrast, all this crap. Looks alright to me. Maybe I could turn noise reduction. I don't know if that does anything. Yeah. But yeah. Clear bear. Oh. YouTube player settings? Tell me what to do there, Jeremy. I'll do it. But yeah, let's fix the. I'm sure the charts look okay. So yeah. And then coming up there. So yeah, that's what we're looking at. Told you the best thing to get into ETH for getting into Bitcoin. For probably getting into Bitcoin, you know, 2 week. This don't look too good. And I think it's going to roll over. And once this gets in the red, that's a really good 10-month DCA strategy. So you want to start with Bitcoin. And then when you have the Bitcoin, you know, really the best strategy, I think, start with Bitcoin here. When this confirms in the red again, I put a little bit here. Yeah, I put a little bit when we confirmed the red here. It did pretty damn well, you know, pretty damn well. You put 10 grand in there, 20 grand, you know, where you're up right now, not too bad. And then, you know, maybe now's the time to get the hell out. But, you know, wait till it comes back into the red, the 10-month strategy, and then convert into ETH or start buying ETH and altcoins when the ETH gets into the, you know, the red there and Bitcoin dominance is much higher. But yeah, what's up? What's up, David Bromble? Oh, okay. So it's not an issue with me. It's about the guy complaining. Okay. What's up, Actor Components Corporation? Let me make you a moderator. Okay. Cool. So yeah. So that's a big thing. Bitcoin dominance still looking pretty doggone bullish. I mean, a little healthy correction there. I think this is going to continue to come up. I believe the Dixie will probably continue to come up here, and we are dumping. We're dumping. We're coming down, guys. We're coming down. And let's quit out of that. And I just want to see. I like the CNBC. Oh shit. Are we still live? Oh man, I accidentally X'd out YouTube. Oops. I think we should be okay. I accidentally X'd out of YouTube, guys. But okay, we should be good. I think we're live. We're still live. Okay, that didn't make an issue. Okay, good. And let's see. How much traditional TA is needed to use market cipher? Not very much at all, if any. If you look at 2 week last cycle when we were in the red and the money flow at the bottom was already in. Yes, Luis, that is a good point. But if you look at the NASDAQ after the .com bubble, still going to come down. The thing too is, like, guys, I mean, just look at this trajectory here. Look at the trajectory here. This is a, you know, all right, if you don't count COVID, it's 30%. If we come down, you know, by the time we even get into the red and you go down another 30%, that's a lower low. That's your 400 weekly moving average. I think it's going to be different this time. The comparisons between, you know, especially on the weekly here, look at how these EMAs are getting bright a little bit. I want to show you guys this compared to the NDQ after .com bubble, and a lot of the trajectory for everything, all markets, looks a lot like, you know, 01, a lot like that recession. And, you know, look at where I circled. We're kind of right here, a little bit of the brights, and then right down. That's what I think may happen. That's what I think may happen there. Especially with that weekly, and you're seeing even RSIs aren't as, you know, split and high, but you're still seeing the same thing. RSI is kind of split there. I think there's a decent trajectory to come down farther, and that's where people are going to be really apathetic. You come down there, this is like anger phase in your psychology bubble. This is what I think. I know even Crypto posted about this, of all people. Oh man, stock market psychology chart. So yeah, come on, I want to make it bigger. Come on. I can't even see right here, guys. Look, I mean, we're anger. So a lot of people are angry. 11, 12K. Angry, come up a little bit. I think this is, I think we're in, there's a lot of things, not just this chart. A lot of things point to this. And this is the depression phase. Everyone kind of gives up. This is, mid to late this year. I think this is what's going to kind of happen. A lot of people have been angry. A lot of people have been angry. And then, the disbelief is kind of in 2024, I think. And maybe mid to late 2024 into 2025. Next bull run, I guess. I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know too much Italian. I know more Spanish. What are you guys saying here? Look at the chat right there. Spiral line, okay. Yeah. Yeah, Doge, you were the one who showed me the spiral lines on ETH. I don't know if I'm doing it the way you had done it. Oh, this is on the am I on the weekly here? I forget how. Yeah, this looks like it's on the weekly. Yeah, you could do the dailies too. But yeah. And it looks like we're continuing to kind of come down here a bit on Bitcoin as exactly as I predicted. So yeah. We're going to have a nice pump up before coming down. I don't think so. I mean, there's always the case. I mean, I guess the main case for the bullish case would be right here. Split RSI coming up. Maybe you get a bullish div and you make a new high or whatever. I don't know, 25, 24/7 maybe. I kind of don't think that's going to happen. I think we're just going to roll over here and come down with a lot of things. But yeah, I'll have to see. Is the NASDAQ doing anything? Main thing here, if you look at, you get the green dot, pray the next red dot is going to give you what you need to bring you down. This pattern, see, triangle. I think you can generally start a pretty good trajectory downward. Starting to come back down here. See those little gains? We're lost. Now we're starting to feel that, a little short squeeze. Now we're starting to feel hot CPI report. Everyone went short. The CPI report got wrecked. Now we're coming the way we need to come. That's what I kind of think may happen here. So yeah. And excuse me. Let's look at the SPY real quick. So yeah, I mean weekly, that the other thing here is we're just waiting for this kind of the same pattern, the next red dot, which should come up. VO coming down should come up pretty soon. Split RSIs, higher split RSIs could bring us down. Could bring us down a good amount. It could take some time here, come down. What's this percent? 20%. I think that is ultimately a pretty big trajectory. 3,300, 3,200 by May into June by the summer. I think if this comes down 20%, where's Bitcoin going to be? Probably a lower low by the summer. Probably best case scenario another 15K or whatever, but probably 13K. And then you may see a lower low towards the end of the year. That's where Bitcoin goes to 11, 12K. S&P 500 goes to, let's see where, oh wait, hold on. That's August. We got to draw this. Let me draw this crap out further. Yeah, you heard it here, folks. It's going to 200 now. End of year type of stuff. You could end up, yeah, high twos, these areas. High twos, I would say. Make learning video. It's not even, so we're going to have this. Same question, yes, possible. Yeah, so we can test the 200 weekly moving average. We absolutely can. I don't know if we will, guys. I don't know if we will. That's a tough question, man. I don't know. Because, usually when you get that close to it, you do test it, but there's other stuff. So I don't know if it would get volatile, maybe a fierce rejection off of that. We would need some good news in the coming days or something to, really see the test of that. But yeah, we're going to 3,800 sooner than people think. Yeah, could get there in March. Yeah, absolutely. That's what I'm kind of thinking here, based on what I'm looking at. So we looked at ETH, we looked at the Dixie, we looked at, I don't know, Atom I wanted to look at. Atom's a good one for long term, because you can earn a lot of interest on that. I think that could be one of the ones where compound interest will really suit you well. I wouldn't buy any more right now. This is one of the few I've held on to. But, short term, I think you're probably just going to kind of roll over. Maybe something of of this nature, not as not as ferocious, but I think you're in a $4, this kind of range, 5 to 250, end of year, something of that nature. That's where you got to get the hell in 2 week, coming down there. I think that's when that gets into the red. That's going to be the good place, but for now, generally more bearish. Let's see. 2,500, yeah, we could end up there for the SPY end of year, early next year. Yeah, that's probably what, a 50%er. I don't know if you'll get that low, but that's in the cards. So Cosmos, I think you need the special treasure that's like compatible with it. Short or long, oh man, that's it's a little. That's like it depends. The question you should be asking me is short or long, and what stop loss and what take profit to do. So, I'm going to look at silver. Silver's getting a decent bounce. I don't like how the 2-day looks, the blood diamond, or the daily really. But the RSIs are splitting apart here, so I think you should have somewhat of a bounce here. But as long as the Dixie stays strong, you may come down a bit. I think ultimately this in gold will outperform the S&P 500 for probably at least the next 3 years. But yeah, I mean, nobody gets rich on silver real quick. So that's kind of the thing there. Just a stable kind of asset. So yeah, I'll look at so we're coming down a bit with the SPY. I want to look at, let's just look at CNBC here. Let me get that up. So, come on. Why isn't this shit? I had this issue yesterday. All right, well, rainbow chart. And this won't load either. I guess when you're streaming, I don't know. But yeah. Let's see. So yeah, so right here we're looking at, what's the bottom of this range? 15 to, what's the date here? Ooh. Yeah, I think you may come a little bit below this, but this is the new chart. Yeah, when you get to those lower ranges. You probably, around the halvening. I think that's going to be a good accumulation phase too, especially for alts. Yeah, early 2024. And that's kind of not too different than previous, I mean, I don't even think you'd really lose the 4-year cycle too much if you bottom towards the end of this year, early next year. Because look, I mean, the bottom was there, but you're still in kind of that 4-year cycle for the kind of the bull run. So yeah. Target entry on Bitcoin for HODL. It's more about, what the charts are telling me. But the target price would be probably, the 10 to 14K, if we could make a lower low here. But it probably whatever the hell it is when, when these EMAs finally turn bright. I mean, maybe the case for the bottom already being in 15 or whatever, that case to already be in, and then these turn bright, then we come up. I don't think that's going to happen, but I think you probably won't see that until maybe later this year, early next year. They finally turn bright, probably around the halvening, and that'll be a good place as well. But the target price, 10, 14K, 10 to 14K, that kind of area. Harmony, oh man, that I haven't had anybody ask me about that crap for a while. Let's see. Yeah, so I had a little jump up. This is probably just down more than it looks like. Yeah, down 97, down 93. Yeah, I think that's going to roll over and you come deeper into the red there, and you're going to finally end up around this area, probably between like a cent and a half a cent. Ultimately, what I think here, what I'm looking at, if you look at blue, that's a trend reversal kind of right there. These two, did well. I think it's going to act more like this blue triangle, in that area and come down. I think you're probably, if not done, very close to being done with this rally. And if you look at your 8-hour, that doesn't look good by any means. Really, your 6-hour looks like a pretty good short, double blood diamonds, I think you're going to come down farther here. Could be a good potential short right now, especially swing short. Ride that down to oblivion. That could go to 0. It's like an XRP. Let's see here. Yeah, this is... Ooh, that's a new development. So, I mean, here didn't really give you... It came up, then you came down. It could be like that, but I don't know. My main guess here, if you break out of this wedge too, man, yeah, you could end up playing with COVID lows. You could end up playing with these lows right there. That area with this could be a good potential short there. Blood diamonds aren't as good as they used to be, but I still think there's a decent shot. This monthly too. I mean, there's signs if you come down. Don't ask me, you know, what's going to happen with the lawsuit, but I think best case scenario, we just won't. Nothing will happen for a while. No slice sideways. Worst case scenario, it'll crash. I mean, it still is a pretty large market cap for what it is. But yeah. Yeah. I want to look at VRA because VRA is one of those ones that just pumped like crazy. Is it still pumping? Oh my Lord. That is, yeah. You got the bearish div on the 2-day there. I mean, last time that happened, you came down, then you came higher, but still, yeah. I think this could, yeah, you're seeing a kind of more of a trajectory of this nature, I think. And this could be 84%. That shit, yeah. Yeah. And then for your bubble pop pattern, you got to come to these areas. So I think it may, kind of what may happen is that. Trend reversal right there. Yeah. Phantom, oh man. GRT. Let's see. Look at GRT and Phantom, yeah. It's going to repeat this. We're going to 0, guys. I don't know. Yeah, same as everything else, you know. Ultimately, I think you're going to come out. These blood diamonds will play out. You'll come down lower, I think. And then Phantom. That's not enough data, really. Oh. Yeah, I mean, trend reversal right there. 3-day red dot. Pretty high anchor wave. Little jump we're seeing, but yeah, I think it's ultimately start to come back down, yeah. I want to look at ETH Classic. I'm going to look at this guy. Ooh, yeah. That's going to dump, I think. Yeah, that pattern. I think it's going to be like that. Ooh. Yeah, this is a good trajectory, too. That's 75 over a March 3-month period, about 3-4 month period. $5. Yeah, $5, right. Yeah, I think that's going to end up at $5. Could take some time. End of year. You know, mid-year, the earliest, yeah. Jimmy with the stimmy. Yeah. I do everything. Yeah, I have long-term holds. Yeah. Nerdy trash. Everything. I was talking about, or you might have just tuned in. I was talking about earlier, like the long-term strategy, which is important to talk about as well. Yeah, long story short, altcoins and ETH are probably really good accumulations end of year, early next year. Bitcoin maybe a little bit earlier, but you know, who wants to make money with Boomer Coin? You ain't making shit with that. Nah. Yeah, down on that area, H bar. Is it still, yeah. Jeez. The thing too that we're, yeah, I mean that 4 hour, there are a lot of signs that this is very close to being done, if not done. You know, the thing here that's a little bit different than other ones is this kind of scares me because you got the bounce out of that area, and then if we go lower, oof, man. I think Kevin O'Leary talked about H bar. That means it's going to 0, guys. I don't know, but yeah. How's helium HNT? That's already it's already starting to crap itself. Yeah, already down a bit. Yeah, this does not look good by any means. Ultimately, I think, yeah, I mean, you got the bounce there. I mean, you're probably going to end up probably lower than $1, sadly. See though. But yeah, let's look at. Let's see. Yeah, Bitcoin's coming down a bit more. Come on. Here we go. Yeah, down 350 points. Okay, so we lost everything. Inflation's rising, and y'all are bullish. Y'all think we're coming back. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, I just want to check one thing. Okay, pretty stagnant there. I want to look at what's coming down. I want to look at Apple stock. Almost like a lot of these big. Come on. A lot of these big boys, like Apple, the big boys, big dogs like Apple, they're pretty sideways. They ain't done much lately. You know what I mean? But that head and shoulders that's forming, oh man, I think you're coming down. Especially that weekly too, that pattern. That's going to bring us to lower low probably. You probably get a bounce off of 114 or whatever. Monthly, I think this is going to roll over red dot. You're going to need, you're probably going to need, this is recession area, guys. You're probably going to need a deep one. Probably something of this nature. Probably a deep one to give you the bottom on this, I think. Deep anchor wave. After Super Bowl, what's your thoughts on DraftKings? I don't know. Let's look at it. I made some money betting on the Chiefs, betting on the baby goat. Man, this cortisone shots work well. He hurt his ankle pretty bad and got through that. I don't know. It doesn't look too good here. Split RSIs. I think it'll follow the general trajectory of the market. Long term, it may do pretty well. Thing with it is like, you get into a recession, probably less people will be doing that crap. Same thing with OnlyFans. Same thing with useless nonsense people are into. I don't know. They take a lot of with the juice. They take even if you're profitable at that crap. They take a good amount. Even if you have an edge, it's so tough. Short term and very long term. In term, you're quite bearish. Okay. What do you think, David Brumbello? You think we're coming up to 24/7, testing 200 weekly? What do you think? Thing too, I wanted to look at real estate because real estate, had a bit of a jump, but now it's looking more like, ooh, we're coming. Okay. Yeah, so I think it'll be more of something of that nature. Come down a bit more. That pattern, and then 80. Yeah. Oh, what's up, Aquil? Thank you so much, man, for tuning in. I gotta make you a moderator. Make you a moderator. How you doing, buddy? What do you think's gonna happen here? What do you think's gonna happen? I'm back on YouTube for now, at least for probably at least this month. Probably gonna be back on YouTube for a while. But yeah, short-term bearish, long-term bullish. Yeah. IMX. IMAX? What is IMAX? Oh. Yeah, that one had a nice pump, yeah. A lot of signs these are headed for reversals. Not to say it can't pump a little bit more. It's probably market cap is probably $10, but yeah. Yeah, the main hope, David, is now we're above 222, so main hope I'd say is this. These split RSIs, you come up a little bit, but yeah, probably gonna take a little bit of time. We're seeing, S&P, NASDAQ down 100. Nothing too exciting just yet. Curious how Amazon is doing. I think that's going to just continue downward. They're getting a little desperate. They're doing the same day delivery stuff. They're getting antsy there. True. Yeah, change there. Trying to reversal there. Yeah. I think that 3-day that confirms the 4 hours, that's a good indication. Probably a decent short, I would say, right now to the probably going to make a lower low in the coming months. Yeah. That 2 week. Ooh. Thing too is, yeah, you got the monthly green dot here. I mean, I know it is a deep anchor wave. I get it. I see, I see what's happening, but it's probably could be more like this. You have that lower low here, and that's another 60% down, guys. Another, I don't know, a different time, but I'm curious where that would. It could end up there. Yeah, $45. Back 5-6 years. Bad recession, another 50% down. Sure. Get into the red here. Probably a good place. Yeah. I'd be waiting. I'd be waiting. Hmm. Hmm. So let's see. And then. Yeah, BNB. I think this will finally kind of come down. I mean, at least bleed against Bitcoin for a good amount. But yeah, that area. And you got the green dot there. But so yeah, splitter size. I think this will bring you down to lower lows. And then once you break, you could go down a lot. Yeah. Other than that, let's see here. Smash a like button if you enjoy the content. I always appreciate that. See here. So we looked at Amazon. We looked at. Let's look at a few of the ones that really, had their runs. And let's. Ooh. Yeah. It could, yeah. Golden pocket right there. That could be. This makes me a little bit more confident that this is like the end of this bull market rally here for, everything, Splitter, I mean, it doesn't get much worse than that. Splitter size red dot there on the weekly. That could bring it all the way down. I mean, maybe that was the bottom, but I think you're at least going to get close to it again. You know what I mean? And that could be, yeah, trajectory down into October, into, getting back down there. So, yeah. Money flow coming out. Yeah. And then let's see what else has Netflix. Meta, maybe. Yeah, that's money flow coming up, starting to come down there. Same general trajectory. Thing too, I'm curious about that. Yeah, the monthly, you got the green dot. I think you're gonna need to wait to the next one. Next one, may give you what you need. It could even be two. Does Netflix have the green dot in the monthly? A lot of these do. I mean, a lot of them do. Are fall. Yeah, that confirmed it in August. Wow, and then you came up a little bit more. How about even the Nasdaq has it? Yeah, but the S&P. Yeah, what's going on? Yeah, and then I think that's just going to roll over, and you may need. If it's like 01, you needed freaking 3 to give you what you needed. Now I don't know if it's. Like wait till the EMAs turn gray on the monthly, then the green dot. That's what you need here. And I've talked about this a bunch of times. You want to wait, those EMAs into the gray on the monthly. That's what you typically need. Right there, that was pretty beautiful. In 78, here in 1970, obviously it came lower there, but that 74. That was a choppy decade, obviously, which is what we'll probably see this decade. And then all the way in the Great Depression. That was like the only, or no, that was World War II. Yes, you needed three of these. This was the main thing where that strategy didn't work. They're not too bad. I mean, if you wait till that confirmed, I mean, you kind of close to the bottom there. I mean, this was a big, probably artificially led rally in the 1930s. So yeah. But that's what I think is the main thing we want to wait for right there. So when would you see that? When would you see that? Say we come down lower, 32 or more August, towards the end of the year, and then you get more of a, deeper kind of thing over here, January or whatever, probably the bottom. most likely, unless we go into a Great Depression, then we're all screwed. But yeah, that's the main thing. Playing around with this area. Crazy how good these spiral lines are. I think you'll probably reject from that, yeah. My main consensus is most likely this top was the top and you're just going to come down lower. NDQ 2 on the monthly, yeah, you have it right now, confirms at 14 days. So March is where it becomes more gray. Right there, yeah. That's the same technique, you know. This is, yeah, where it's getting into the gray. That was kind of the false bottom, then it came down lower. The thing with Bitcoin is we're not even in the thing with Bitcoin in the monthlies, we're not even in the freaking, not completely in the gray yet. So, yeah, I think it's going to be the next green dot. Could be even 2 more. I mean, could be. I don't think so, but it could be 2 more. So, yeah. 74 viewers. Always appreciate you guys. Smash the like button. Check out the links to BITGET, BITGET, MEXC down below if you want to trade, if you're an experienced trader. So, yeah. And ETH is more, yeah, ETH's coming up a little bit. So, there. I wanted to look at Tether dominance because now we got all the altcoin FUD. Thing with Tether dominance, this looks really bearish, but I think this could go down while Bitcoin kind of goes down too this time. You know, and while Bitcoin dominance rises just because of the regulatory FUD and all that. But, yeah. So, yeah. Let's look at Doge. Let's see here. Yeah, this is one of them that I'm pretty confident will come down. Yeah, I think we're going to repeat, you know, that one more pretty decent drop. Probably not that bad, but maybe something of this nature, like 60% or more. You know, if you come down like 50 to 63 cents, I think could be the trajectory down we may see into mid to late this year. So, yeah. What's stable to hold it at the moment? None. I wouldn't risk any right now with regulatory FUD. I just don't think it's worth the risk. Just earn in the US dollar, you know, 3 or 4% or whatever. I think that's the best course. You know, be prepared to lose any stables you hold, I would say, you know, in this environment. Bitcoin on a hardware wallet is your best bet right now. If you're going to be staking anything, you know, altcoins, I would do it on decentralized, like Ledger, like Exodus, you know, that type of stuff. You know, obviously we saw what happened with Kraken, and these companies too, like Kraken, they're going to give in. They're going to give in because they had a lot of layoffs. They're, you know, a lot of them didn't expect Bitcoin to go under the all-time high. A lot of them didn't expect FTX to go down. A lot of them didn't expect things to get this freaking bad. You know what I mean? And now it did. So, you know, that's the main thing there. Anyway, guys, I'm going to get off. I'm going to wrap it up for today. Always appreciate you guys. Smash the like button. Check out the links to BITGET, BITGET down below. I know BITGET has good like simulated trading for if you just make an account for free, you can mess around there on there. And yeah, so check that out. All right, guys. And I have a course as well down below if you're interested in that. We're going to be going back to the exclusive Discord on March 1st, most likely. And follow my Twitter, please. Been posting more updates on Twitter, so check that out. All right, guys. Have a good one. Please subscribe if you're new. Goodbye.